And look outside again, beautiful weather. Look at that. But the haze out there tells us we are under the influence of the ocean. We also have yet another low-end wind advisory. So when we say low-end, we're meaning nothing too extreme. It should be very localized just to a few of the mountain peaks and valleys. And of course, the usual area from about Point Conception back to Gaviota. And then there's always that cutoff, which can really flip the weather. If you have that offshore northerly wind, it'll be dry, perhaps a little warmer. As soon as you run into that sort of stop where the wind is, you'll start to get that marine influence, and your humidity will go way up. You might see some fog, and of course, we'll start to get cooler. Interesting to see that microclimate. Today's highs, very seasonal, if not slightly cooler than where they should be for this time of year. And that means when we say seasonal in May, your beaches can be very cool. Inland areas, though, look at Paso Robles. You had a lot of marine layer pushing in from the north, all the way from the Monterey Bay. And that helped to keep you on the mild side. Enjoy it because it's expected to get a little warm the next couple of days. Currently 50s, a few 60s out there, 77 in Cuyama. That's the warm spot. And it looks like our cool spot, a very brisk 56 in beautiful Morro Bay. Wind, of course, we are watching that closely, and it is blowing definitely off. You can look at the islands out there, Miguel and Santa Rosa, showing that you have a little bit of speed kicking up around maybe 20 to 30 miles an hour. Could see the Gaviota Coast start to kick up about in the next couple of hours as you get a little enhancement. We do have the wind out of the northwest, but you also get the sundowner effect where the tops of the mountains cool off quicker than your lower elevations, and that helps to start drawing the wind downhill, and that just gives you a little bit more of an enhancement, hence the term your sundowner. 74% humidity right now in Lompoc, only 52 in Gaviota, so that shows you are getting that downhill sloping wind where it dries you out. So marine layer will be spotty in that part of the world right about here. Everywhere else, though, we'll likely see plenty of fog as we head into tonight and into tomorrow. Ridge of high pressure is slowly developing across the west. Right now, we're still under a pretty strong onshore flow, but we do expect to see the onshore continue right along the immediate coastline, but inland areas will see a noticeable warm up. And as I showed at the top of the show, inland areas out in the Central Valley to the San Joaquin Valley are already getting heat advisory issues, and yeah, it's May, that happens. Luckily, the next couple of days, it looks like tonight we see the wind kicking up, and then by Sunday night and Monday night, Memorial Day, it looks like the winds are going to be pretty insignificant, so that's good news. Marine layer tomorrow, let's go to 6:30 a.m. or 6-ish or so, and then look at that, reduced visibilities in some areas. Marine layer kind of cat and mouse along the south coast, fully entrenched down in Ventura, Oxnard. By the afternoon, looks a lot like today, which is it kind of lingers just offshore. A couple beaches might get some wafting clouds from time to time, and then back out hopefully by the late afternoon. As we look at Memorial Day, looks pretty much very similar. In fact, it may even fill back into Gaviota, so the lack of wind out of the north allows you to get the marine layer too. And then by about 11:30, 12 or so, look at that, we clear it, but not quite. And that looks real typical for this time of year, where a cold ocean allows that marine layer to kind of hold its own just offshore, right on the immediate coastline. Look at the high today, only into the 70s. Tomorrow, up into the upper 80s, maybe even a 90. And as we head into Memorial Day, we expect another uptick for many areas, possibly seeing, and there you go, right there, maybe even getting close to a triple digit in some areas. Expected, especially the farther north you go and in the east of, say, Cuyama, definitely up into those 90s and 100s possible. AM clouds, PM sunny and breezy. That's good. No wind. We're going to call that a breezy afternoon tomorrow. Other areas, I look at Buellton at 73. Cuyama, there's your 90. You go back out to Vandenberg, 64 degrees. As we head up into San Luis Obispo, same story there, a pair of 89s for the southern Salinas Valley. You'll probably lose that marine layer the next couple of days. That's why your lows are kind of on the cool side, no fog, and then your highs in the afternoon get very, very warm. Coastal fog for Ventura County, Oxnard and Ventura on the beach, right around 65 to 70. You go inland to Ojai, we're going to go back into the 80s. Surf is a little small, but we do have a southern hemisphere swell and some northwest wind swell mixed in. Your high tide and low tide times at the bottom of the screen. And then as we chug our way through Monday, Memorial Day, and into June, if you can believe that, you don't see a lot of changes along the coastline. We stay with the fog, varying degrees of marine layer from time to time, but inland areas start to tick upward over for Monday and Tuesday. So the beaches stay cool and mild. Your inland areas get pretty warm, and that's because we expect high pressure to kick in. So Tracy, I'll send it back to you. It looks like an absolute beautiful transition from May to June.
It sure does. All right, thank you for that. And a sweet surprise for 2 children. We'll show you what happened. Also, we'll show you how Village Properties is taking part in the E Modenari Festival. That's still ahead on your local news channel, live at 6.